I went to use the restroom on the flight. And I went, and the door was closed, and I looked, and it said, occupied. I said, occupied? They're everywhere. They said, no, it was just meant it wasn't vacant, but I wouldn't be surprised. This Occupy movement is everywhere. These young people are standing up. We need a victory. We need to turn all this energy into some power. It's one thing to have a lot of energy, but now it's time to turn it into some power and to show that we aren't just out here marching and fighting so that a few hundred people have the right to sleep outdoors. That's not the fight. Yes, a few hundred people should have the right to sleep outdoors, so that a few million Americans have the right and the opportunity to sleep indoors. That's what this fight's about. That's what this fight's about. You're not alone. So, you are ground zero. 99% looking at you. I will say that I think that we have to be clear in closing. Our opponents have a moral challenge and they failed to meet it. Biggest catastrophe since the Great Depression. They let the people suffer. They want to add pain to the pain. But we got a moral challenge too on our side. Because if we are willing to settle for just being the 99% against the 1%, I guess that's okay. But there's something about it that lacks some power. See, if you do this work right and well, you get to be the 99% for the 100%. That's a different movement. The 99% for the 100%. See, we need everybody to be a part of the solution. The 99% who've been screwed over have to lead it and fight it. But be clear. I'm not mad at anybody just because they're rich. Somebody wants to buy a yacht, that's their business. But when you buy a governor, I got a problem with it. When you buy a governor, I got a problem with it. See? Now, we don't mind winners in America. We don't mind winners. We hate cheaters. We hate cheaters. We hate people who rig the game. Who rig the game so nobody else can win. That's what we hate. If you want to be a banker and be a good banker, you can be a part of this movement. If you want to take the debt blanket off these young people and stop smothering a generation with debt, you can be a part of this movement. If you want to help homeowners and take the debt blanket off of them and let them go on and have some extra spending money in their pocket instead of just lining your pocket so they can get out here and support some of these small businesses with them and buy something, you can be a part of this movement. If you want to lend money to small businesses and green businesses and farmers, you can be a part of this movement. We aren't mad at you because you're a banker. And if you're at a credit union, we love you to death if you're a banker. We got to mad because you're a banker. We're mad at you when you start acting like a bankster. That's what we're against. We're opposed to those people who use their financial genius to hurt the country rather than help it. But if we're willing to take that kind of a scheme, be the 99% for the 100%, willing to fight anybody who wants to hurt America, hurt our communities, hurt Ohio, but also willing to embrace anybody who's willing to come over here and be a part of the solution, then we will honor our grandparents. We will honor our parents. We will be worthy of the last century. We will not be the generation that let these people kill the American dream just so the richest people in the world don't have to pay their taxes. We won't be that generation. In fact, if we do our work right and well, especially inspired by these young people, that generation that used to be called the greatest generation and still is, if we can save our democracy from these plutocrats and oligarchs, as Cornel West said, if we can save our democracy and not have a plutocracy, if we can have rule of, by, and for the people rather than plutocracy, rule of, by, and for the rich, if we can achieve that, if we can rescue our democracy, if we can rescue the middle class, the working class, we can put people back to work, then even that greatest generation will look down from heaven and say, no, no, no. This rising generation, you are the greatest generation. Thank you very much.